My people, how una dey today? FCT Minister Wike have come out to address the members of the public over the allegation leveled against him that he allocated hectares of lands to his dear son, to his son. Guys, let us watch the video together. When we return, we will continue because a lot of things they happen for this our country called Nigeria. Indeed, there was a country.
The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike, has denied online reports claiming he allocated 2,000 hectares of land in prime Abuja districts like Maitama and Asokoro to one of his sons. On Thursday, a report by People's Gazette alleged that Wike allocated 2,082 hectares of prime land in Abuja worth an estimated $3.6 billion to his son, Joaquin Wike. The report claimed that the allocations were made through a company called Jack Farms and Estates Limited. The Gazette further alleged that Wike personally signed multiple certificates of occupancy for his son's company and bypassed regulations by not paying ground rent, registration, or survey fees, which would contravene the Code of Conduct for public officers. Wike's media aide, Larry Olayinka, denied the allegations, dismissing the report as falsehood and malicious, asserting that not even a single plot of land has been allocated to any of the minister's children. Olayinka clarified that while Jack Farms and Estates Limited is a duly registered company that received a land allocation in Wari Area Council, it was solely for agricultural purposes. He challenged the publishers of the report to provide concrete evidence of any land allocation bearing the names of Wike's children. Let me take this tweet from Mezie, who wrote, "Now, who owns Jack Farms and Estate Limited? Why did Wike refuse to throw more light on the company, Jack Farms and Estate Limited, that he allocated the land to for agricultural purposes? Why did Wike give shallow response? Why did he not say the company in question has nothing to do with him or any of his family members? He allocated public land to a company registered by his son for agricultural purposes, while millions of genuine and real farmers in Nigeria are gnashing their teeth looking for land for their genuine farming projects. Is Wike's son a farmer? Does he farm in Nigeria all the way from UK where he resides? What happens to Wike allocating land to genuine and real farmers who produce real and genuine food for the nation? Does he think we are daft? That's the question from Mezie Vimbai.
Well, I think we've seen a number of issues this week where the response has been these documents are fake. Yes. And I just ask myself, is this how bad things have gotten, that all the documents, or so many documents that are purported to be either court documents or CAC documents and so forth, now land documents, are being said to be fraudulent? I mean, it means we must have some very, very creative, can I call them content creators, yes, in this country who are specializing in creating very believable fraudulent documents. Now, I know people dug deeper into the CAC and they found that one of the Rivers State House of Reps members is registered as one of the owners of this Joak Farms, excuse me, that the farm within the company, within just 2 weeks of being registered, was allotted 400 plots of land. So there are so many discrepancies in this. But the real question is, why distance yourself from part of it and not all of it, if truly there isn't an element of truth to it? And I think that's why I love investigative journalism, and that's why investigative journalism is under attack. Yeah. Because you find that these people do the good work of unearthing. I always wonder, how do they do? I'm not investigative into this sense. You know, I can't go in and dig stuff up, but there are people who specialize in being able to dig anything up of this nature, and the documents look irrefutable. So, you know, if it is a fraudulent fake story, then I'm looking forward to some sort of libel case or something of that to refute this, but to the publishers of the story. But it looks extremely compelling beyond reasonable doubt.
A quick comment from both. I think Rufai wanted to speak quickly.
Okay, what I want to say is this. I did do some investigative work and I dug into this. What People's Gazette said is that they have a cache of files. They've not released all the files. This is just one out of batch, 1,000, you know the way they name batches of files. They have about 5, but they said there was one that they couldn't lay their hands on. So it behoves on People's Gazette to bring out the remaining cache of files if they have their facts, as they claim. But this one that was released is a very interesting, curious case for me. Number one, the fact that this company was registered on the 10th of October, 2024, and 7 days after, there was a grant of that land. And please, Nigerians, let's do this test. You can go ahead for the fun of it, register a company today and try to get land allocation in Abuja, and let's see how the process goes if it's going to go for 7 days. I think that's the first place to go for. I mean, if that's the way it is, that means it's very efficient, you know. So, but I think Nigerians register companies and go sue for land allocation. That's number one part for me. Secondly, in Larry Olayinka's response, he didn't deny the allocation. He didn't deny that allocation was not given there, but he said it was for agricultural purposes. What we should scrutinize now is, what are the processes involved in allocation of land for agricultural purposes? 2, what about the issues of the ground rents? 3, who are the promoters of this Joak, whatever farms company?
Wike.
4, and let us also see a transparent paper trail as regards this. And the 5th most important point is premium times. The other cache, I say premium times. It's People's Gazette. The other cache of documents they say they have, let us bring it out. Let us also subject those documents, to forensic evaluation, so we can also get both parts out. Just for the sake of public scrutiny.
This matter is simple, and we just must stay with the principles again. Now, in a matter like this, it is the person that alleges that must prove. Nigeria runs a prosecutorial system, not an accusatorial system. In the French system, they have accusatorial system. If they accuse you of something, you must come and prove your innocence. But in our own case here, it's the person who alleges that must come and prove. The onus is not on Nyesom Wike to come and prove anything. The onus is on those people who are alleging that he has given over 2,000 square meters of land to his son to provide the evidence. If they do not have that evidence, they will be guilty of bringing up a malicious and vexatious issue. That's number one. Number 2, they are accusing Joachim Wike's son of having collected 2,000 square meters from his father. How old is Joachim Wike? If he's of age, he has the right to own property once he follows due process. Whether he's Wike's son or not is completely immaterial. Everyone under the Constitution of Nigeria has the right to property. So that's another thing that those who are alleging must prove. The third point that is also relevant here is about procedures, which is one of the points that Rufai raised. That if you apply for land, they won't give you within 1 week, but in this case, it looks like it was an expedited process. Those who are alleging must also prove that. Now, you raised the question. You did. You said they looked at the documents, one man, one company, or one lawmaker in Rivers, right? But they didn't find Wike's son's name there. Yesterday, in another case of land grabbing involving Mr. Peter Obi, I quoted Solomon and Solomon, an 1896 case with regard to the law of real property, which I studied that subject many years back, over 30 years ago. Now, the thing is that you can lift the veil. Have they lifted the veil to establish that it's Wike's son? So fair is fair. We do not support frivolous, vexatious allegations, even while you make a case for investigative journalism. Even investigative journalism should be anchored on the foundation of responsible journalism.
Well said,
as Francis C.S. Merrill argued in his book of the same title.
Well said. Again, he who alleges
guys,
prove.
the point here is that this man called Wike, the minister of FCT, he likes land so much. He loves land. I mean, his love for land is out of this world. Ever since he became FCT minister, he has been in the land disputes with people. I mean prominent people, including Army General's wife. He has been in land disputes with these people. And according to Dechi, a barrister, he said that when they asked Wike a question, why are you confiscating people's land and giving it to judges in Abuja, and those judges are your friends, that the response Wike gave to people, gave to them is that if I don't allocate land to my people, to my friends, is it my enemy that I will allocate land to? So you know, every word you say sometimes will be used against you. So with all this shenanigans going around his tenure as FCT minister in Abuja, him being in land dispute with so many people will actually think that he collects people's land and allocate it to his son. Now we don't even know the truth. Now he has come out to the public to debunk it, just like Abati said. It's now left for people to prove it. He who alleges should prove if truly it is his son. Though anything is possible in this our country called Nigeria, on the process of you proving it, hey, I pray the person will live to tell the story of proving it, because this country, a lot of things is going on. May God help us in this country. A good Nigeria is actually possible. And one day, we all will live to see a Nigeria that will work for all men. Guys, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Turn on the post notification so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be the first to get notified. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and have dominion. Bye-bye.